Hey, what's going on guys? JMac here. So on patch 2.1 on the PTR, they finally fixed the bug where Fetish Sycophants passive was actually overriding the Fetish army rune. With that change, I figured it was a good time for me to make a new updated pet video and show you guys exactly what I've been running on the PTR. Now, in patch 2.1, there are a lot of different ways to build pets. I think physical is one of the best options, if not the best option, because of this change. With the change, you can have out up to 23 fetishes at any given time. 8 from Fetish Army Legion of Daggers, and then 15 from Fetish Sycophants. And the reason you run physical is because Fetish Sycophants currently are always physical damage, so you can stack physical damage and get the buff to all of your fetishes that way. Another thing that they also changed a couple patches back is fetishes and pets in general are not blocking each other near as much, so having out a ton of pets at the same time is much more viable. You're going to see the pets surrounding enemies better and not standing around, just not attacking or doing anything near as often. So that's very good. It's a very nice change, and it allows a build with a ton of pets to be more viable now. Something else they also changed is they added a fetish counter. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Legion of Daggers here, and in the top left you're actually going to see 8 fetishes out from the Legion of Daggers rune. So that's pretty cool. You can see exactly how many pets you have out. It's a nice quality of life change we've been looking forward to for a long time. And then once I start summoning fetishes from the passive, there'll be another icon next to that showing those pets as well. So you can see exactly how many fetishes you have out at any given time. Now, in this build, we're going to go ahead and run a Renho Flare to summon fetishes quickly from the passive, and then we're going to run 4-piece Zuni with that to try to have out 23 fetishes as much as possible. I think Star Metal Kukri is still going to be best in slot in-game, but Renho Flare is still going to be extremely solid for higher tiered Greater Rifts along with 4-piece Zuni. You could even run Legion of Daggers as a cooldown potentially if you wanted to, and things of that nature. So there's a lot of options, but when seasons first drop, I'm not going to expect to get a Star Metal. Hopefully one drops eventually, but what I'm going to look for first is a Mask of Jerem, and then the Renho Flare, 4-piece Zuni, and then as time goes on, hopefully Tasker and Theos will drop, Tall Man's Finger will drop, and then maybe a Star Medal at some point in time. But going into seasons expecting to get a Star Medal just isn't very smart in my opinion. You may never get one, or you may get one the first day you're level 70. It's all RNG, it just kind of depends. But you're probably going to drop 3 to 5 Renhos before you see a Star Medal, maybe even more potentially. So as far as the build goes, we're going to run Adeling Toads for the crowd control. Also with Renho Flare, you summon Fetish Sycophants very fast with this ability. Gargantuan Wrathful Protector. Something else they also changed is Wrathful Protector was apparently benefiting too much from attack speed. This was bugged, so he's not hitting near as hard. But we're not running Gargantuan Dog in this build. We don't have the Tall Man's Finger because we have to run the Ring of Royal Grandeur for the 4-piece Zuni bonus, and then also I'm running a Unity currently. If you're doing lower level stuff, you don't need the Unity, then you could run a Tall Man's Finger, and you could drop this and run the Gargantuan Dog, either Poison or Fire, one of the two more than likely. But we have a lot of cooldown reduction, and he still hits pretty darn hard on Elites and Champions, single targets, and things like that, so he's still pretty good. Big Bad Voodoo Slam Dance, Piranha's Paranado, Spirit Walk Jaunt, Fetish Army Legion of Daggers, Fierce Loyalty for more movement speed. If you're doing higher tiered Greater Rifts, you could run Spirit Vessel here, and there's a few options really. You could run Tribal Rites if you wanted to. I would probably run Spirit Vessel though if I was trying to do 30 plus Greater Rifts. Fetish Sycophants like we talked about, Grave Injustice for the cooldown reduction, and then Pierce the Veil for more damage. Let's take a look at the gear. So we've got the Renho Flare like we talked about. We're running 4-piece Zuni Masa. So we've got the Zuni String of Skulls with Fetish Army damage, the Zuni's Morrow with Fetish Army damage, and the Zuni Trail, along with the Ring of Royal Grandeur to get the 4-piece bonus. We're running Augild's Power Shoulders with Fetish Army damage, Augild's Search with physical damage, and then again we get the 3-piece bonus from the Ring of Royal Grandeur. We're running Mask of Jerem, pet damage, Tasker and Theos, pet attack speed. We've got a Unity Ring here, and then we got the Flavor of Time Amulet currently. This is rolling 5 primary stats at the moment. I'm not sure, that may be a bug, I don't know, but that's why it's got 5 primaries, the 4, and then the socket is also considered a primary stat there. And then we're running a Witching Hour and Jade Harvester's Courage. These are just the best toughness pants I have currently. You could also try to run Hexing Pants and Stutter Step your Toads potentially if you wanted to. Probably the best option though, best alternative would be to go Blackthorn's Pants, Blackthorn's Belt, which would give you the 2-piece bonus and the 3-piece Blackthorn's bonus with the Ring of Rogue Grandeur, giving you EHP, giving you toughness, and damage. That'd probably be the best setup. So the 2 legendary gems we're running currently. We've got the increase the critical hit chance of your pets by 21%. At level 50, this is 40% chance to crit for your pets, and your pets are unkillable. And in higher, greater rifts, you're going to need your pets to be unkillable to be able to complete them. But what this allows you to do is potentially roll the crit chance off of your jewelry. You can only socket legendary gems into jewelry, so you can have up to 3, amulet and 2 rings. But with this, the way you have, depending on how you have your character set up, what's probably going to be the best option is to roll the crit chance off of your rings if you can, depending on how your rings are set up, and then get the socket that way. And then you can just make up a ton of crit chance to your pets with this gem. And in this build, the majority of your damage is your pets anyway. Addling Toads is a very, very small amount of damage compared to your pets in this build. So we've got that, and then the second legendary gem we're going to run is the Swiftness gem. 50% chance on hit to gain Swiftness, increasing your attack speed by 2% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. And then at level 50, you also get cooldown reduction. So you get 3 benefits out of this. The first one being that the more attack speed you have, the more Addling Toads you're casting, which means you have more crowd control on the enemy. And then on top of that, you get more fetishes from Fetish Sycophants the more toads you cast. So attack speed is very good. And then your pets also gain damage from attack speed. So it's also buffing the damage to your pets. So very good legendary gem for this build. If I had a 3rd socket on my jewelry, I would probably run Bane of the Powerful. Gain 30% increased damage for 20 seconds after killing an elite pack, and you get more duration on that buff the higher the levels of this gem. And then at level 50, increases damage against elites by 20%. Now this was bugged at one point, where if your pets got the killing blow on an elite pack, you would not get the buff. That has been hotfixed, it seems like, because I've been testing it a good bit today, and even with my pets getting the killing blows, I've been getting the buff from it. Seems to be working now. That 3rd legendary gem, though, you have a lot of options. That's what I think I would probably run. You could run more defensive. You could run the staggered damage legendary gem. You could try to go like the mini conduit gem. There's quite a few options there. Just play around with it, see what you like, and go from there. As far as Paragon points go, get as much movement speed as you need, then go int. Offense, I went crit damage, then attack speed, and then crit chance. Again, with that legendary pet crit chance gem, you could probably even go cooldown reduction before crit chance if you wanted to, depending on your build. Defense, life percentage, armor percentage, and then all resist, and then utility, area damage, life on hit, gold find. So we're going to go ahead and do, I'm just going to do a Torment 6 Rift. With this build, with Zuni Masa and No You Copy and Serpent with the Gargantuan Dog, 34-ish is probably like the cutoff point currently with my gear. Maybe if my gems were leveled up higher, especially the pet gem where my pets were unkillable, I might be able to do higher than that. But as you get higher up, things like Jailer will one-shot you, and which is pretty much unavoidable damage and stuff like that. 34 is probably about where it cuts off, even with the Unity. 35 maybe with like a really easy mob setup in the greater rifts. But we're just going to do a Torment 6 Rift real quick just to show you the build and how it plays and all that good stuff. I'm going to turn my mic off for the gameplay portion of the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.